Welcome to part 2 of the reindeer. To make the reindeer, you're going to first make the body of the owl just all in brown, and then we're going to start off by doing a magic ring in beige. If you need some further assistance on how to do the magic ring, I do have a separate tutorial link down below that you can watch if you need help with that. And then we are going to place 6 single crochets into the magic ring. Remember to crochet over both the tail and the ring when you're doing this. And then you're going to pull the magic ring shut. And this is the antler, and there is no increasing here, so we're just going to be doing 9 rounds of 6 single crochets. You can make your first single crochet of the next round and mark that stitch. And then all we're doing is 9 rounds of 6 single crochets. So just remember at the end of each round to mark the first stitch of the round. It's going to make a long tube shape, and that's going to be the base of the antler. It can be a little bit tricky to make the antler because the piece starts out so small, but just go slow, do your best, and don't forget to weave in your end before it gets too late as well. I'm going to speed up the next few rounds, and I'll meet you back once you've done 9 rounds for the antler. We're just coming up on the last few stitches, and then you can remove your stitch marker, and we're going to fasten off by placing a slip stitch just like so, and then cut your yarn. I like to leave about 10 inches or so, and then pull the yarn through to close it off. And you're going to want to make 2 of these pieces. Moving on to the second part of the antler, we are going to make another magic ring. Again, a tutorial is linked down below if you need some further help. And you're just going to place 6 single crochets into this ring. And then close it. And place your first single crochet of the next round and mark that stitch. And all we're doing is a single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 6 stitches. And then you can remove your stitch marker. Flip your piece inside out, and place your first single crochet of the round and mark that stitch. And this round again is just 6 single crochets around the circle. And this is it for the second part of the antler, so we're going to remove our stitch marker and then fasten off. So placing a slip stitch into that next one, like so, and then we're going to leave a long tail for sewing again, so about 10 inches. Trim the yarn and pull it through. And again, you're going to want to make 2 of these pieces as well. So in total, you're going to have 4 antler pieces, and don't forget to weave in all your ends. So now that you have your antlers, you can stuff them. I like to stuff them super lightly and just putting the stuffing in with my pinky finger. You don't want to overstuff the antlers or else you're going to be able to see right through your stitches and see the stuffing. So just go super light on the stuffing, but still enough so that it doesn't flop over when you go to sew it on the head. Next, you're going to sew the little piece about halfway up the antler like this. And again, just poking your needle one side through the antler, one side through the second piece, and just sewing all the way around. Once you're done, you can weave in your end. And just be sure to do this for both antlers. Next, we're going to make the snout, so we're going to do a magic ring in brown. And then we are going to place 6 single crochets inside the magic ring. The next round we're starting off with an increase. So place 2 single crochets in that very first stitch. And then I'm going to mark the very first stitch that we did. So 2 V's back from the loop. And we're just going to increase all the way around until we get back to the stitch marker. This is going to bring us from 6 stitches up to 12 stitches. Just working on the last increase. Then you can remove your stitch marker, place the first stitch of the next round, and then mark that stitch. This round we are doing a single crochet all the way around for a total of 12 stitches. Then you can remove your stitch marker and we are going to fasten off. So placing a slip stitch in that first stitch and leaving a tail about 10 to 12 inches for sewing. That completes the snout, and now we just have the ears left to make. Don't forget to weave that end in as well. For the ears, we are going to start off by making a magic circle. And then place 6 single crochets into the magic circle. Pulling the ring shut, and then in round 2, all we're doing is increasing all the way around to go from 6 stitches to 12. So place your first increase in the first stitch. And then mark that stitch. And then just working your way around, increasing in each stitch. We're going to finish off by making a slip stitch to fasten off. Leave a long tail for sewing, about 10 inches, and then weave in the center end. That guy there, and you're going to want to make 2 ears. Now it's time to assemble the reindeer, so we're going to start by sewing the snout on. So just thread your yarn needle. I like to place my snout right between the eyes like this. And I'm not going to stuff my snout until I'm about 3/4 of the way through sewing it on. I'm just going to grab some stuffing and stuff the snout super lightly. Once you have both antlers made, we can sew them on. I like to sew mine directly behind the eye, just about there on the head. It's about 2 rows down from the top. And if you want your antler to be a little bit stiffer, you can stuff it super lightly just at the very base of it, right before you're done sewing it. And repeat the exact same process on the other side, ensuring that the antlers are symmetrical before you're done sewing them on. Next, we're going to grab the ear and we're going to pinch it in half like this, so like a little taco, and then we're just placing a stitch right across there to keep the ear folded. It's much more of an ear shape this way. And then we're just going to sew it on directly beneath each antler on either side of the head. Now that we've finished sewing everything on, we're going to give him a little nose. You can either give him a black nose or a red nose. I'm going to go for a red nose. And you're just gonna pull the yarn through 2 spots centered in the snout like this. Don't make the nose too wide. And then just put your needle exactly through the same holes that you were just in. And then I like to go over my nose a few times to make it more prominent. Once you're happy with how it looks, you're going to have all the ends coming out of the same hole near the bottom of the head so that we can double knot and secure them in place. If you want to make it an ornament, follow the exact same instructions as the owl. Just take a scrap piece of brown yarn and pop it in through the center of the head. And there you have it. There's your little reindeer. Thank you so much for watching.